Here we go!
Hey guys, what's up? This is GamerBlake90, presenting to you all a new showcase for a Sonic fan game, albeit a demo version as opposed to a full product, like many of which I've been showcasing recently. And this one takes Sonic Triple Trouble from the Game Gear and reimagines it as a full-screen 16-bit title for the Sega Genesis. And this awesome fan game was made by Noah Copeland. If y'all have not yet checked this fan game out, I will leave a link for the download page in the description below, so make sure you do check that out. I would not want y'all to miss out on this game. So if you're wondering, Sonic Triple Trouble is, as I said, a title that was initially for the Game Gear, but Noah Copeland kind of put his own twist on it by having this game's events take place after those of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as you'll glimpse from the opening cutscene. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. It gives you a little tutorial on how to switch control between the characters, sort of like Sonic Mania's Encore mode. You can switch between Sonic and Tails anytime with the S button. I wonder if you can do so using the face button on the PS4 pad that I'm using right now, but I guess we'll find that out. So anyway, it's time to glimpse the opening cutscene. Shortly after the Death Egg's destruction, the Master Emerald is returned to his guardian. As I said, this takes place after Sonic 3. I don't think the original Triple Trouble did that. Angel Island is restored to the sky. This is a brief look at the ending cutscene that wrapped up the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We give the Master Emerald back to the redhead Nux here, and Angel Island takes off back into the sky, and all is right with the world once again. Look at Sonic and Tails flying off in the background on board a tornado. This cutscene will never get less iconic the more I look at it. All is right with the world until this happens. Call the calm before the storm. Now you also get a chance to play through a brief introductory stage. Wow, that's an interesting palette for the ground there. And for the life counter at the lower left too. But yeah, for a while, no music will play. You'll be treated to a stormy setting taking place in the background. Nothing much that you can really do except just play through it until you get to the real cream of the crop. By the way, can I switch using my face... yes, I can use the PS4 pad to switch. In this case, I'm pressing the circle button to switch control between the characters. And if you were wondering, they play exactly as you would expect them to play, because these palettes appear to be based on their Sonic 3 palettes. But we have a drop dash on hand from Sonic Mania! I love that addition. The last time I played through a fan game that had the Sonic 3 palette, I didn't have a drop dash on hand. I'm talking about Sonic 3D and 2D if you were wondering. But, glad to have that move back. And, oh, wait a minute. These are pieces of the Death Egg. You may remember the layout in Death Egg Act 2. These are pieces of it stuck in the ground. I played the fan game briefly, but I failed to notice this. It's also been a couple weeks since I last touched this, so, oh, that's right, I gotta use Tails to get myself up there. Of course, you could also switch control to Tails if you wanted, so you could fly up there rather than having him carry Sonic, which he's done so much of lately. But, nah, we'll do it the good old-fashioned way. Oh boy, this is the wreckage of a Death Egg robot that once tried to carry off the Master Emerald. Ooh, the Sonic 3 Final Boss theme! And because we do have the Chaos Emeralds on hand, we can go supersonic. But we're not entirely immune to attacks this time around. If we eat a laser, we will get thrown off temporarily. But other than that, we won't really lose rings, so not all that hazardous. And this robot is still quite fragile after the beating that we gave it in Sonic 3. It will take 16 hits to cream it this time, but still, it's not meant to be a difficult boss fight because it is a prologue. Oh no. Eggman just so happened to remember that one loophole with the big arms boss where if you get grabbed even in supersonic, you still lose all your rings and die. And he takes off with one of the Chaos Emeralds. Whereas the other 6 are completely gone, and now we have to get them back. Woo! Fang the Sniper, boys! I think he's also known as Knack in Japan, wasn't he? Or was that like his initial name, from what I've researched? Anyway, Green Turquoise Zone Act 1, a game by Noah Copeland. And from what little I've seen here, this is shaping up to be a fantastic fan game rather fast. Probably as fast as Sonic. And I would definitely like to see a full version of this game realized at some point. But for now, I have just this one level to show off to you guys watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy playing through it. So, Great Turquoise. As you might expect, it's for the most part a typical sibling to the Green Hill stage, but with a lot of creative liberties taken. And it's also based, of course, on the stage as it is seen in the Game Gear version of Sonic Triple Trouble, which I believe is where Fang and the other hooligans made their appearance, possibly, or is it just Fang? Phew, I got a bit of a story to tell about Triple Trouble while I'm here. I used to have a copy of Sonic Triple Trouble for the Game Gear, but shortly after I got it, my Game Gear vanished on me, and I had no idea what happened to it! And as such, I never actually got to play it and find out what happened in it. Which sucked, especially growing up as a Sonic fan, that I never got to realize the glory that was Triple Trouble. Well, as much of it I could have realized, because the Game Gear was marred by one glaring issue. It required 6 AA batteries to maintain functionality, and it didn't have a single backlight. So, playing Triple Trouble along with the other Sonic Game Gear titles would have been quite the struggle, which is why part of me is somewhat relieved over the reveal of the Game Gear Mini, which took place not long ago, even though it was also mistranslated as supposedly revolutionary reveal by Sega, when I guess if you missed the Game Gear library, you would consider it revolutionary, and that's fair enough, but when I say revolutionary, and it was initially going to take place alongside the first day for the PlayStation 5 showcase, excuse me. I'm expecting something a little bit more than the Game Gear Mini. Not that I'm trying to be ungrateful, but just sharing thoughts here. Still, it's cool if you're wanting to get around the limitation with the lack of a backlight and the huge number of AA batteries. At least I'm sure the Game Gear Mini come without either of those obstacles. I'm reasonably sure. So I haven't picked it up yet, so I could be spewing this information, in which case, don't take it to heart. In any case, you may remember this shield in Sonic 3D Blast. This is where Sonic's homing attack initially came from. Once you are near anything that you can lock onto, you'll be able to use a homing attack. Sadly, we cannot test it on that bad nick with a spring on its back, and it doesn't seem to work on this ring monitor either. It'll show itself at some point. Crap, we could not make it all the way up there, but I think we're going to cheat the system a little bit and have Tails fly on up there. Oh, and as you notice, both characters can either have their shield or lose their shield, so that one has their shield and the other doesn't have it. Interesting detail to note about the small tag team system we have going for our characters, which is seriously Sonic 4 Episode 2-esque. Alright, so here's the first boss, and we got Fang the Sniper. He'll alternate between traveling along the ground or flying airborne to shoot a projectile at you. Fairly straightforward boss, not really a whole lot to cover about it. Oh! Wow! Tail was more than happy to do the work for us. Thank you for the save, buddy. And oh! A Chaos Emerald giving us 50 rings to finish off the stage in the signpost. And that reminds me, there are special stages in this game. I don't think there are 7 in all, though, because there is only one act that we can cover here, or rather one zone, with 2 acts. Fang got for dropping us literally and decided to knock us down to Great Turquoise Act 2, which comes with this launch flower. Anybody else thinking of the Deku Flower gimmick from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask? Because that's what that kind of reminds me of, except you're not launched out of it with a flower on hand to fly around the stage. It just simply launches you. But being the nerd that I am, I had to point that detail out. Alright, so Tails, you're gonna take over from here, because I don't trust my platforming right now. It's been subpar lately, and especially in Robo Blast 2. Okay, pick up that shield, and Sonic gets it as well, even if Tails already has it, and it goes the other way around. Good to know! And there are springs built into these trees. Are they built into every tree? Okay, not into all of them. That would have been a little weird. No spring up there either, but that's okay. We'll switch control back to Sonic. Oh, okay. So whenever you see a what looks like a flower built onto each of the trees, or sprouting up from the trees, rather, you can't build flowers onto trees. Come on, Blake. There is a spring hidden away inside it. In fact, I think the flowers themselves are meant to serve as the springs in a manner of speaking. Oh crap, I didn't get an opportunity to show off the homing attack. I think I could have used it there. Let's see if I can find some more Badnik Tails! Yoo-hoo! Whatever. Oh my god, Tails, can I please show off the homing attack shield? Or... can I even use it? I've been hitting the double jump button, but the homing attack isn't activating. Oh, there it goes! Now it decides it wants to work. And then a second Badnik, it didn't work. Methinks that the homing attack shield hasn't been entirely finished, because I don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh well. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, there are some special stage rings floating around here. In fact, hopefully I can find one. I don't know if I can, based on how much I've been sticking to the lower layout as opposed to the upper layout, but I will try. And the special stages here work pretty interestingly, so to say. I'll be able to explain it better once we're actually in one. The question is, where is it? Tails, if you'd be so kind to come back up here, you'd be useful for a change. So you were useful against Fang earlier, to be fair, so I take that back. Okay, that launch ramp, we got a spin dash off of it. A la Emerald Hill in Sonic 2. Stop monkeying around over there! I hated the monkey badniks in Sonic 2, man. Their coconut attacks were so ambiguous. Anybody who's grown up playing Sonic 2 will know exactly what I'm talking about. And even today, they're just as much of an irritation. Is there a hidden passageway down here? No, there's not. I assume that there was, from the look of the tile layout, but bleh! I keep messing up with the flower. Okay, that won't launch us up high enough, so Tails will have to fly us up there. Ooh, and now we're inside Turquoise Hill. This seems somewhat inspired by the interior of Sonic Generations Green Hill, only it looks a lot more, secluded. More cavernous, so to say. Okay, no hidden wall here. I'm sure I found a special stage ring in Act 2. I'm just trying to remember where. But the way things are going, I may not get to it in time, because I think we're getting close to the boss battle. Are we? Let's hope I'm wrong. Alright, come on up here. And I guess I'll let Sonic have back control, because I'm more used to playing him than I am Tails. We may have skipped over it, unfortunately. But that's okay. We wouldn't have been able to get all the emeralds in this demo anyway, so we're not really missing out on much. Thought it might have been a breakable wall, but nothing to see there. Launch flower, where will this take us? Ooh! And here was afraid we skipped over the special stage ring, but apparently not. Okay, so how these work is, you gotta race Fang to the Chaos Emerald, while being wary of the obstacles along the way. And you will need to collect rings to keep yourself in the stage, because if you run out, then you'll be sent back to the main game. So be very careful not to lose any of your rings by getting hit. Otherwise, things will get hazardous quickly. Luckily, well, I was going to say there are ring boxes scattered throughout the special stage, and then Fang sees it fit to take the 10 rings I just picked up. Like an annoying little pest! I think one of the few characters in the Sonic universe that Sonic doesn't actually like. Or so I'm assuming, anyway. I don't really know the full extent of Sonic and Tails' relations with the three hooligans. Because Fang isn't the only hooligan of the bunch. There's also Bean the Dynamite and Bark the Bear. And the first time I ever saw those characters was in Sonic the Fighters. For the, I believe the Sonic Gems collection, I want to say. I think that's where I got the game. I'm reasonably sure anyway. Okay, we're catching up just fine. Now, here's a cool detail here. We actually have a tornado in the special stages, once you get to sections where there's only empty air and Sonic can't actually run. This is awesome! I absolutely love this! And again, I really hope that this gets realized as a full fan game. It better happen or else. But anyway, that's our first Chaos Emerald. I can only assume that there are 7. But seeing as Eggman had the 7th on hand, we probably only have the 6th to collect. Because according to the few details I glimpsed about the initial Triple Trouble for the Game Gear, there were 6 emeralds to collect. Based on the Sonic Wiki, anyway. unless I'm wrong. Anyway, we have the Act 2 boss right here, and no, I don't think it's just going to be this little small fry here. I guess it is, but only for the first phase. I know that for a fact. Once you nail the first phase rather convincingly, you take his launch flower, go up here, and And without actually touching those fuel thrusters, you'll be faced with the second boss in the game. Be very careful of the bombs that this thing will launch at you. At first, it'll go all the screen up at the top, and then there'll be a targeting reticle. Don't stay in front of it for way too long, or the bomb will drop on top of you and you'll get hit. And when they explode, they'll send spikes out in diagonal directions, so please watch yourself and don't play as clumsily as I am right now. That could have been a lot cleaner performance from me. But we nailed it rather easily, so what do I have to complain about? And with that, we are done with Green Turquoise and... Green Turquoise. Green Hill and Great Turquoise all in one? I'm just throwing out all kinds of mixtures lately. But that's it for Great Turquoise Zone, and unfortunately, that's all this demo has to offer. Hopefully there'll be some updates coming up for it, but I cannot guarantee anything, as that's best left to the discretion of the guy who made this game, and again, that is Noah Copeland. And it's not a singular effort. He does lead a team in development of this awesome fan game that I hope he continues at some point. If y'all haven't checked it out yet, again, it'll be linked in the description, so make sure you do that. And maybe if you have a Game Gear on hand, you wouldn't mind spending some quality time on Triple Trouble, if you got enough double A's to spare. So, on that note, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed the fan game showcase as much as I enjoyed playing through it, and if you did, the best way to let me know is with your likes and comments. To keep up my Sonic content, because I do post way more than just fan game demos, hit that sub button and ring that bell so that you won't miss out on anything from your boy Gamer Blake, who also wouldn't mind being called Sonic Blake now and then, but let's not go that far. Alright, so, blue blurs for life, guys. Never forget that. I'm out of here. Peace.